Hey, what's up, guys? Today's date is January 8th, 2014. Thought I would do something a little bit different that I don't really do a lot. See, most of my videos are either random vlogs or movie videos. I never really do a lot of music. And I am actually, for those of you who don't know, I am quite a music person, especially music of the 1980s. I'm very big on it. And so I wanted to come to you, do something a little bit different. I decided I'd do an album review. Our album review for today, I don't know how many of these I'll do, but today on January 8th, 2014, I have picked out an AOR rock album from 1993. Now, for those, a quick backstory before I get to the review. AOR is basically album-oriented rock, which is basically, thinking of examples, something like either Journey or the 80s Bon Jovi or Survivor. It's where you have very melodic rock that's not like heavy, not hard, it's just like soft melodic rock. That's why a lot of songs you hear on YouTube either sound very similar to something like Journey or Bon Jovi, or AOR songs are also often very poppy. Can also be like either ranging from soft rock, can even be like a pop song. That's what basically AOR is. And today I probably have what is one of the best AOR albums of all time. Normally I stay like in the 80s when it comes to like music and stuff, but it's 1993, it sounds so 80s, so I'm not going to leave it out. So today's album, even though you already know because of the title, is Long Way From Love by Mark Free. Now, getting a little backstory on who Mark Free is. Mark Free was the lead singer in the 80s for the bands King Kobra, Signal, and Unruly Child. Still is the lead singer for Unruly Child. Basically, a little history on Mark Free. Started out King Kobra, went to Signal, did a million demo solo songs before the solo album Long Way From Love finally came out. Now, Mark Free is very infamous because in, I think, November 1993, Mark Free, well, you see right there, that Mark Free no longer exists because Marcie Free exists now. Apparently living with gender dyslexia or gender dysphoria or something like that his whole life. Mark Free had a sex change in 1993 and is now Marcie Free, which I have nothing against. Power to her. Nothing wrong with that. She'd make her own decisions. I'm not saying anything against that. But anyways, getting to the review itself. Yeah, this when it comes to terms of AOR and like soft rock and pop rock and ballads, this, what can I say, is amazing. Mark Free to me has probably the most powerful voice in the AOR rock, not even an AOR, just rock category. Because see up there, I met Lita Ford back in November, and I got her autograph there. Mark Free, he's the one. He's just has the most powerful voice when it comes to AOR music. Now this album, now there is actually a 2-disc CD version of this song, or of this album, but that costs at least $70 online, and I was able to buy this for $8, so I'm happy with this 1-disc version. The 2-disc version is basically live versions of all the songs, plus a couple studio demos, which Mark Free's done a million studio demos, so I mean, that's nothing strange, but okay, so, but yeah, I mean, this, when it comes to AOR rock, okay, going through all the songs in here, Someday You'll Come Running and Stranger Among Us, you know, great ballads, and Coming Back for More is a little on the soft side, but still a fantastic ballad. The Last Time is one of my favorite songs on here. It's actually a cover of an 80s pop song by Agnetha Faltskog, a German pop rock singer. That's a cover. The Last Time, awesome vocals. Hard Heart to Break, High Life. High Life is a very poppy song. State of Love is awesome. Slow Down the Night, great. Never Be a Next Time, I would say, is my favorite song on here. But all these songs are great. I mean, Marcie Free, if you somehow watch this, keep up the good work. I know Marcie still sings for Unruly Child. Haven't gotten a chance to listen to them yet, but I have listened to a lot of the King Kobra and Signal stuff. And I will say, when it comes to Marcie Free, I think it's best, like, they do their best job solo, because this album right here was outstanding. I don't know why they never got more releases, because, as I said, you definitely look up these songs. I mean, these songs are just amazing. AOR, like, if you like rock, that's a lot, or not even just rock, like music along the lines of bands like Journey and the 80s Bon Jovi and Survivor and just any band along that line. Mark Free is right there for you. As I said, I am a collector of AOR music, so this is a good one. And yeah, basically, if you're a fan of 80s music, or even though this is 1993, trust me, you could probably think it's from 1987. It sounds so 80s, you won't even tell the difference. So yeah, that's my little album review on Mark Free, Long Way From Love. Highly recommended album. Like, I very rarely buy physical copies anymore of music, only if it's like AOR or something I think is really good that deserves a buying for at home, so I can have it as a collectible. And definitely worth having Mark Free, Long Way From Love. So if you like this kind of music, definitely check this out. Alright, so Mark Free, Long Way From Love. Definitely check it out.